4 feet 9 inches. This would be his 3rd consecutive birdie today on this iconic par 3. This, for all the marbles, settles in. Gives it one last look. On the way, and it's in! Rickie Fowler is the 2015 Players Champion. He's a closer. Oh my, is he the best closer we've seen?
Rickie Fowler's final round finish at TPC Sawgrass on Mother's Day was one of the best on Pete Dye's famous Florida track. Lurking behind the leaders for most of the day, Fowler found the gas pedal with 6 holes to play, reeling off 4 birdies and an eagle in that stretch. The American wound up winning a 3-man, 3-hole playoff by maintaining his aggressiveness and continuing his assault on the severe stadium course. It was an impressive win for the 26-year-old, not only because it was his 2nd PGA Tour title, but in the fashion he did it. Players of a similar age sometimes struggle with closing out tournaments, but by dialing up shot after shot and not caving to the pressure, Fowler demonstrated he has no such issues in crunch time. However, it's not as easy as he made it seem, according to his fellow PGA Tour players.
You know, the younger generation is definitely more aggressive, and I think, you know, it's a good thing. You know, you've got to play well, but you've also got to get a few bounces here and there and make a couple of putts. And ultimately, when you look at it at the end of the week, it's the guy that makes those couple of putts or gets that chip in, you know, that ends up on top. So it's not easy, but you know, if you get that chance, you've got to try and take it.
There's a lot of pressure. If you have a chance to win, it's never easy. I mean, I've not done it yet, so it's extremely difficult, and I sure hope I can do it one day.
The longer you can stay just present and stay in the moment, then you know you feel less of it if you start thinking about where you are and what position you're at. And I felt it late in the tournament, I felt it early in the tournament. He can show up at any time. It all depends on this funny guy up here.
Well, it's always difficult. It's a fun pressure, but it's usually you're playing well if you're in the lead, and you know your game's there. But it's a daunting task because you know one bad shot could cost you the tournament.
Anytime you're in contention, it's a little tough. You know, you have to answer the questions from the media. You have to, you know, answer your own questions about maybe a shot you hit that day that you weren't comfortable with, or a putt you weren't comfortable with. So it's just tough in general.
Players agree the pressure of contending is both fun and stressful. The anxiety creeps in before the first tee and can linger all throughout the round. That's because 18 holes on Thursday never feels the same as 18 on Sunday, and it can require a different mindset.
A little bit, yeah. Thursday morning, you're just trying to put yourself in position for a good round, and Sunday, you know, it's payday and it's a big day, so that makes a big difference.
Yes, because obviously, you know, you got to give yourself a chance on Sunday. You know, if you blow out on Thursday, then you're done. You want to be in with a chance coming into the back nine. That's what everybody wants. And then obviously, you know, then it's up to you to execute and try and get the job done.
There shouldn't be, but there is. I mean, I think your expectations sometimes can hurt you. I mean, when you're in the final group on a Sunday or you have a chance to win, you kind of expect to do well, whereas on a Thursday, you're just kind of letting it rip and hoping to get into contention.
Well, I think the players that play the best treat them the same. And, you know, that first tee shot to me is as important as the last putt on Sunday. It just might mean a little bit more on Sunday based on where your finish is or you're trying to win, but for the most part it should be the same. And I think guys that treat it that way tend to play the best.
The game's best players understand how to succeed in the spotlight. Fowler, who secured top 5 finishes in each major a year ago, can now be considered one of them.